Hey, what's going on guys? Dillon DeJesus here. Welcome back to another 2-Minute Tuesday, and boy oh boy do I have a game-changing feature to share with you guys today that just made cutting really intricate stencils so much easier, and the craziest part is the feature was right in front of us the entire time. So without further ado, let's go ahead, throw 2 minutes on that clock and dive right in. Just for reference today, I'll be using a Silhouette Cameo 3 as my vinyl cutter and Silhouette Studio as my software. So once I have my image loaded up and ready to go here in Silhouette Studio, I'll click over on the Send tab, and right below the blade depth dial, there is a little checkbox. Once you click that, you're ready to go. And that's all you need to do. So, I guess we're done a little bit early today, actually. That's all I got for you, really. Well, let me explain everything a little bit better. So what this checkbox indicates is the line segment overcut. And what this is going to do is take your blade and extend it a little bit past where the cut is supposed to stop. Now, the way that your vinyl cutter will typically work when you're just doing any old standard cut is the blade is going to want to stay down for long continuous cuts and only lift when you need to change directions. However, when you have the overcut feature turned on, the blade is always going to extend past the corner a little bit and then physically lift up and change directions every single time. So you'll also notice that your cuts will take longer and it sounds entirely different. So if you've ever experienced cutting a stencil and you can see some of the vinyl actually starting to peel up on itself because some of the cuts are too close together, this will really help prevent that. Here's a couple different test cuts for you to see with all of the same exact cut settings, but the only difference being one of them has the overcut feature turned on. Now, I was just recently turned on to this feature by my buddy Jacob because shortly after I made these Jägermeister Jordan 1s and spent close to 5 hours just trying to make the perfect stencil for these because it's so small and intricate, he told me to look into this overcut feature. And so when I had to make a second pair of these for our giveaway winner, I decided to go ahead and give it a shot. And I couldn't believe my eyes the first time I tested it, that literally with the click of one button, I was able to cut a way better, more intricate stencil. By no means was this a perfect stencil. When you're cutting something this small, there's always going to be some amount of touch-ups that you need to do, but it gave me a way better foundation and I had to do way less work down the line with it. Now, as soon as I posted about this on my Instagram stories, I had hundreds of people asking me, how do you do this in Cricut software? And unfortunately, just from what I've been able to find and what other people have told me, there isn't a directly compatible button to turn on some type of overcut feature, but just some of the settings that people do use if you're not familiar with yet and you have a Cricut, they say that you want to set the dial to custom, select washi sheet as the material setting, set the pressure to more, and turn off fast mode. Now that's what a lot of people mention to me when it comes to cutting intricate stuff with your Cricut, but if you are able to find a way how to turn on some type of overcut feature, please let us know in the comments down below. So hopefully this tip will come in handy next time you guys need to cut a really small, detailed, intricate stencil. As always, continue to play around with some of those cut settings, turn down your force, turn down your speed if you're just peeling up too much of that vinyl. If you're stubborn like me and you convince yourself that you can turn anything into a stencil and you're gonna keep cutting till you get it right, this feature is really gonna come in handy. So thank you guys so much for tuning into another video. Please go ahead and drop a like if you haven't already. Make sure you're subscribed, and now everybody get out there and just create.